I will never be intimidated by America. I will never be intimidated by Donald Trump. They were speaking about me in that meeting at White House. If they were not gossiping about me, they should have called me into that meeting. I would have answered everything that Donald Trump wanted from us. Banchaba ba seba ka nna batho ba baholo ka dikhoneng ba tya transport ba ya kwa America ba yo bua ka nna slege. If they are not scared of me, call me into that meeting. That nonsense that Trump did in America, he will never do that nonsense in my presence, because I will confront him here and there with the facts.
Donald Trump is a racist and he's mad. We are not going to entertain Donald Trump. We are not accountable to Donald Trump. He's not our master. Donald Trump for us is nothing. He's like that. He's a racist. So for us, we don't have time to waste the limited time we are having of fighting for our people. He can do whatever that he do, but the message to him is that Donald Trump, we are here. Come, do whatever that you want to do. We are not scared of you. We are not going to bulldoze us.
What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to my space. This is Even Straela. Guys, thank you so much for tuning to watch today's episode. I do not take your support for granted. So guys, on today's video, we want to talk about Julius Malema's response, to President Donald Trump. You understand, Julius Malema is one of the most vocal African leaders ever to be seen, in this generation. Julius Malema made it clear in response to Donald J. Trump. He says that he won't stop, singing the famous song, Killing the Farmer, Killing the Boer. He says this is a freedom song. This is a song that was sung, in the heritage of struggle for black liberation in South Africa, and he won't stop singing it. He also accuses Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, for being a coward and not answering questions. Well, he also dares, President Donald J. Trump to call him, and that he asks him questions directly. He says instead of them sitting down and gossiping about him, they could have called him and asked him, for his opinion. Family, I want you to watch this video. Once the video is done, we will get back and do a critical analysis about the same. Let's watch this together, family.
I will never be intimidated by America. I will never be intimidated by Donald Trump. They were speaking about me in that meeting at White House. If they were not gossiping about me, they should have called me into that meeting. I would have answered everything that Donald Trump wanted from us. Banchaba ba seba ka nna batho ba baholo ka dikhoneng ba tya transport ba ya kwa America ba yo bua ka nna slege. If they are not scared of me, call me into that meeting. That nonsense that Trump did in America, he will never do that nonsense in my presence, because I will confront him here and there with the facts. Ramaphosa could not present the facts in front of Donald Trump. You've got a coward president. He left here. Ariana, he won't be bullied. When he arrived there, he was shaking. Atatazela, achaba Donald Trump, another president scared of another president. Donald Trump said to him, when you say farmers, you mean white people. He kept quiet. Farmers do not mean white people. They are black farmers. They are white farmers. Ramaphosa is a farmer himself. He should have said to Donald Trump, no, farmers are not white. I'm a farmer myself. I am not white. Why didn't he present that simple fact before Donald Trump? Why didn't he say, there are so many people killed in South Africa, and majority of them are blacks. There is no white genocide in South Africa. Bammonchatsila with crosses. He opens his eyes in shock. I know South Africa with my eyes closed. He's unable to tell Donald Trump that is not a picture of South Africa. This picture does not belong to us. We don't have mass graves of white people in South Africa. Comrades, Donald Trump says to him, hey Ramaphosa, Donald Trump says to him, hey Ramaphosa, why are you not arresting this Julius Malema? Why is this Julius Malema not in jail? He can't respond with a simple fact that this song killed the Boer, killed. He failed to defend the Constitutional Court. By failing to defend the Constitutional Court, it means he failed to protect the Constitution. And when you fail to protect the Constitution as a president of the country, you have failed in your primary duty of defending the sovereignty of South Africa. Ramaphosa is a failure, but you must understand one thing. When Trump says, why is this man not in jail? Why is this man not arrested? He simply means, why is this man not dead? Why are you not killing this man who wants to kill for white people? In that White House, my ticket was taken out. They called for my life with an attempt to silence me. They will never kill me again because where I am dead. Because black people are dead. Black people have got no dignity. Black people have got no human rights. Black people cannot determine their own destination. They are waiting on the white supremacists to tell them which direction to take. What is this life we are living of being cowards? I'm not going to be silenced by threat of violence. I'm not going to be silenced by threat of death. When you say don't jail him, Ramaphosa should have said, in South Africa we don't jail people like that. There are courts in South Africa and the courts have said there is nothing wrong with this song. This is not my song. I did not compose this song. I found this song. The struggle heroes composed this song. All I'm doing is to defend the legacy of our struggle. This is a heritage of our struggle. This is the song that was sang by Peter Mokaba in the presence of Chris Hani, in the presence of Winnie Mandela. And therefore, I will never stop singing a song that Winnie Mandela sang before she died. That will be a betrayal to the struggle of our people. Comrades, when they say stop singing, kill the poor, kill the farmer, they are going to say to you, stop demanding the land. Because you are offending white people, don't talk about the land. When you stop the land, they say black people must go back to Bantu education. There must be African schools. When you say no, they say no, that is not allowed. Today, a tender is given in White House without advertisement, where Rupert stands up and says, why is Elon Musk, Starlink, not given an opportunity in South Africa? Elon Musk's business cannot come to South Africa if it's not compliant with 30% BEE. What he did, Ramaphosa, after they asked him that, the following day, they issue out that they want to relax the BEE deals so that this Starlink can come into South Africa. There is no such a law in South Africa. That Starlink will not come into South Africa if it's not compliant with the BEE. We are not saying 30% must go to one individual. That 30% must go to black people, as many as possible, because we want to benefit from our own economy. Comrades, we must never be dictated to by business. I long told you, South Africa, that we are captured by Ruperts, that our country is run by Ruperts. How can a minister of international relations sit in a meeting? But Malema, Mara no is a good boy. Is a ubeta ke lekgowa ko leetle nna o ka se mpete lekgowa a ke re wena. What is your problem? The whole Minister of International Relations goes and sits in a meeting that deals with international issues outside the country and never uttered a word. But businessmen, the golf players are speaking, but you, the politician, who's supposed to speak on those matters, you are quiet. Why do you still want to earn a salary after being quiet? Why can't we give this salary to those white people? Because they are the ones who are speaking there. All white people who were in that house from South Africa, all of them spoke. All of them, including John Steinhuisen. What gave them the ticket to speak on behalf of our country? It was their color. Only the color of their skin is the one that gave them permission to speak at the White House. Lamula was there. Kumbuzo was even worse. So why should we allow that? Comrades, this country will never be free as long as Ward 16 does not have clean water.
Donald Trump is a racist and he's mad. We are not going to entertain Donald Trump. We are not accountable to Donald Trump. He's not our master. Donald Trump for us is nothing. He's like that. He's a racist. So for us, we don't have time to waste the limited time we are having of fighting for our people. He can do whatever that he do, but the message to him is that Donald Trump, we are here. Come, do whatever that you want to do. We are not scared of you. We are not going to bulldoze us.
Family, when you know Julius Malema, you know Julius Malema has never been a coward. Julius Malema is one leader who speaks the truth and never afraid, of addressing certain issues. He does not care who you are. He says that the same way Cyril Ramaphosa is a president of South Africa, the same way is Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States. He says that he does not understand why Cyril Ramaphosa was afraid of Donald Trump. He says that he felt that Cyril Ramaphosa could have answered certain questions like, who's a farmer? Donald J. Trump suggested that a farmer must be a white person. But now, Julius Malema says a white farmer can either be a black person or a white person in South Africa. And these are some of the arguments that Julius Malema had. And he insisted and said that he is not afraid. He will continue to fight for his country. And he is ready to face anyone. And he says that the court, the High Court in South Africa proved that he is a guilty man. He is not in any way trying to push for genocide against the white person. What he's trying to push is the liberation of black folks to ensure that there is equitable distribution of these resources in South Africa. We understand that the 7%, of the white South Africans who are descendants of the leaders of the apartheid rule, own a lot of these private lands they've inherited from these rulers, from these dictators during the apartheid rule. Well, black folks who are the majority, 90%, have only access to very little portion of private lands in South Africa. And that is what the South African government is fighting for. That is what Julius Malema is standing for. Julius Malema says South Africa has their own constitution. He does not understand why Donald J. Trump is telling Cyril Ramaphosa, why hasn't he arrested him? He says that South Africa is governed with a constitution, and there's no way that Donald Trump would order, and these things start happening. You know, the South African court ruled in favor of Julius Malema years ago, and they proved that he is actually innocent. Even in the Kill the Boers song, he says that's a cultural heritage song. That's a song that helped South Africans, black South Africans, fight for liberation, and he won't stop singing about this song. He says President Ramaphosa was a coward. He couldn't answer questions like who are the farmers. Farmers can be both black and white. He, Ramaphosa himself, is a farmer. You know, if Julius Malema was saying, if Ramaphosa was good, you know, with articulating himself and answering President Donald Trump, he could have said that a farmer is himself because he's a farmer, you know, as the president of South Africa. He himself is a farmer and is black. Majority of people being killed in South Africa are black people. Those are the words of Julius Malema. Julius Malema tries to say that he does not understand why they claim that there is white genocide in South Africa. If you look at statistics right now in South Africa, you'll notice that the majority of people who are getting killed are actually black folks. Black people are dying every day in large numbers in South Africa. You know, the opposite would be false information saying that there is a lot of white genocide in South Africa. And people are saying that Donald J. Trump doesn't have any proof, you know, to these genocide claims that he has. Ramaphosa has failed in defending the sovereignty of South Africa. Julius Malema was saying that Ramaphosa failed in that, you know, being afraid, answering a fellow president just like he is. He could have protected his country, protect the sovereignty of South Africa by answering these questions well, by standing to the Constitution of South Africa, by standing to what different courts have ruled in South Africa. They have their own democracy as a people, and that is what should have grounded Cyril Ramaphosa even as he tried to answer these questions. Trump went to an extent of asking why I am not arrested. The words of now Julius Malema. He could even mean why I am not killed. But what he should understand is that we have our own constitution. Ramaphosa could have answered that there are courts, and the courts have said, Kill the Boer is not my song. I did not compose it. I am defending our struggle. This is the heritage of our struggle. I won't stop singing this song. It will be a betrayal to the struggle of our people. Those are the words of Julius Malema. He won't stop singing the song. It will be a betrayal to South Africans. It will be a betrayal to the struggle for fighting for black liberation. Different people have reacted to the same. Some white Americans are saying that whatever has been lacking in America for the longest time, you know, ensuring that black people are reimbursed, is now happening in South Africa. Black people getting what is rightfully theirs. And that is just but a threat to Donald J. Trump. He does not want to see black folks in South Africa enjoying, you know, as free citizens, but not as slaves, you know, to the apartheid descendants, the apartheid leaders' descendants. Guys, like this video, kindly share this video widely so that it can be recommended to others too. Like it. And last but not least, kindly do consider subscribing to the channel. We are currently on the road to 50,000 subscribers. And guys, we cannot do it without your support. Thank you and see you all in our next episode. Goodbye for now.